Welcome to Weight Loss from Home, the holistic way. Before we get on to day number 17, let's recap what we have learned so far. And in week number 1, we studied the importance of maintaining a journal, consuming fruits, conscious breathing, being physically active, being mindful of our actions, being grateful, and the importance of small and frequent meals. In week number 2, we studied the importance of consuming complex carbohydrate, being cheerful always, and the power of self talk through affirmations, and how vegetables help us in losing weight, and releasing the fear, its role in weight loss, and exercising our free will in creating the reality that we want, and how quality sleep helps in losing weight. In week number 3, we studied the importance of meditation, that is the quality me time, and how consuming quality proteins can help you lose weight. Welcome to day number 17, bitter to better. We studied, we all know the fox and the sour grapes story. The poor fox, unable to reach the grapes, decided finally that the grapes are sour anyway, and lived its life on that particular assumption because it is unable to reach out to the grapes. Most of us, knowingly or unknowingly, when we fail to reach certain goals, we think that it is not our cup of tea and we try to brand it. And the reason why it happens and why we are unable to reach our goals is because we are unable to accept things as they are. So that is what the fox and the sour grapes are going to teach us. So instead of being bitter or living our life with bitterness, we can just by simply changing one alphabet, we can make our life better, which will help us in losing weight, and it can start our journey of weight loss from home in a holistic way. Let's see how this works. The moment we switch on social media or media for that matter, once we are suffering with excess weight or wanted to lose weight, so these media keep telling us that how fat bad is, and they keep body shaming, and we get to know that you have to be in good shape, and they all try to create a kind of pressure on us. And in order to fit in the society, what we try to do is we resort to desperate measures. And these desperations and these desperate measures, right? So they do more harm in the long run than helping us. So what this desperation causes? This desperation causes a kind of disappointment, because though your intention to lose weight is right, but it is the kind of thought process that is that you are carrying could be a problem. That is the reason why you are unable to lose weight. So why is it so important to get rid of that desperation in order to lose weight? We know that there is a programming language for conscious mind, which is thoughts, and which are thoughts and operated by our brain. But basically our metabolism is controlled by subconscious mind, that is our body, entire body. And the only language our body or our subconscious mind understands is our emotions. So when you are desperate, you are not free, right? Your emotions are not in balance. When your emotions are not in balance, your metabolism is not optimal. So it is very difficult. So we have to get rid of this particular desperation if we are trying to lose weight. We studied the importance of or the power of self-talk when we studied the affirmations. So whatever we think, we become, and whatever we ask for, and it is given. But if you do it out of desperation, in fact, you are pushing it away. It is called the law of paradoxical intent. So you want to achieve something, but you get the opposite result. No matter how much you cut down on your calories and how much you restrict your food and how strongly and intensely you do your workouts, you are not getting the required result. Okay, instead the weight stuck over there and you hit a weight loss plateau, and no matter any kind of initiative that you take, it is not giving you the result. It is called the law of paradoxical intent, because your mind has gone from balance to desperation. So, how is this important? When you are desperate, you are sending an intention that I hate this. At any cost, I want to get rid of this fat. So, don't hate your fat. Fat is a friend that we already discussed, but we are unable to come to terms with it. We are unable to accept the fact that, yes, there is excess weight in my body, but it is a temporary thing and I can solve it. But this kind of thing is very, very difficult. If someone is diagnosed with diabetes or hypothyroidism or PCOD or excess weight, it is very difficult to come into balance and understand and accept it. So this is what you need to do. If you try any kind of activity in order to lose weight, see and assess yourself how balanced and how acceptable you are with your current condition. So the moment you accept it as a fact, yes, I am fat, but I am working on it, without any kind of emotion, without any kind of resistance, without any kind of what you say, friction, right? Resentment. So that's what puts you on a journey, because it's all always about self-talk, and it's all always about the acceptance, and it's all about how we perceive things. So let's try to understand the story of these two kids. These two kids, the girl is 7 years old and the boy is 10 years old. Both of them, they went to shopping with their aunt, and they have 4 bags. Two are heavy, and obviously aunt is carrying 2 bags, and there are two small bags, out of which one is slightly heavier than the other one. So obviously, the lighter one is given to the girl and slightly heavier one is given to the boy, because he's 10 years old. Now the boy can take this in two ways. The first one, he may think that my sister got a lighter bag, and probably my aunt doesn't love me. That is why he has given me the heavier bag. Okay. And he may live with resentment or not accepting the condition. The second situation is also there. He can read the situation in another way. He may think that, yes, my sister is younger, she cannot carry the heavier bag, but my aunt realized my potential. She thinks that I am capable of carrying this, and it improves his self-worth. The same action, two ways of seeing this. The first one, he is carrying the resentment, he is not able to accept whatever is given to him and not able to read it properly. But in the second instance, he read it properly and it improved his self-worth. Okay, so the same is the case with our life, right? Let's see a real life story. And Fritskov is from Denmark, and she was diagnosed with one medical condition where the doctors gave her 6 months. After 6 months, her legs will give away and she cannot walk. Forget about running and jogging. So she accepted the diagnosis, but what she did was something amazing. She thought, okay, doctors gave me 6 months and I have this medical condition. So let me utilize this 6 months to its fullest. That is acceptance. She did not fight. She did not feel bad. She did not crib, right? She did not complain. She did not resist. No, she accepted the diagnosis. Yes, right now, what are the things that I can do? That's what acceptance will bring in the change. So for that 6 months, she started walking, then started jogging, and then started running. 6 months have passed. No sign of illness, right? No weakness, no paralysis, nothing. And she is encouraged by the result. And she started running races, right? 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, half marathon. Finally, she is able to complete a marathon. Year has passed, no sign of sickness, and she got into this running habit and she was doing marathons on a regular basis. And one year she got an idea, how about doing a marathon every day of my life? I mean, every day of a calendar year. Is it possible? So it is like not possible even for professionals. Forget about a lady who is in her 40s or late 30s, and that too diagnosed with a medical condition where doctors proclaimed that she can't even walk after 6 months, and years have passed, no sign of disease. But she did that feat, and one calendar year she completed 366 full marathons, that is 42.2 kilometers. And on final day, she completed two full marathons, that is 84.4 kilometers. That is 366 marathons. It is available on CNN website. You can go. I have given the link over here. Okay. You can go and check that about this amazing woman. Where did it all come from? The moment you try to resist anything that has come into your life and start complaining and not unable to accept, if this thing has come to me, it is trying to teach me something. How do I read this? Most of the people, they fail to accept their life as it is. So stop complaining and start accepting. Why? Because whatever you resist in your life persists. Let's say there are 7 areas of our life: physical health. And if you are fat, obese, or not in good shape, stop hating that. Stop talking about that. It is a given fact, right? It is a given fact that you are obese and you are in excess in weight. Stop hating, stop complaining, stop resisting. Okay, accept, yes, I am supposed to be these many kgs. I am excess by this. It is a temporary thing. Accept and start working on what can I do to come back to normal health instead of thinking about it, worrying about it, resisting, right? So you can start doing that. Similarly, with our relationships, stop judging people around you, whether it is your family, friends, spouse, kids, anyone, right? So when you stop judging them, what happens is you accept them as they are. They have every right to behave the way they want to, right? So what happens to you? There is no tension, there is no friction in you, there is no resistance. That means your hormones are perfectly working in balance. Similarly, when it comes to your vocational life or social life or financial life, whatever God has given, whatever the nature has given, whatever the life has given, be grateful for your financial life. And don't give too much of importance to what people around you say. It is their opinion, it is not a fact. They haven't lived your life, they don't know everything about you. You don't have to live for others. Same is the case with your vocational life. Accept wherever you are. If you are forced to read something, even if you don't like it, just accept. There is no point. I mean, you like arts and you are forced to do engineering. So even if you don't like it, but you are forced to be there, instead of fighting, just accept it. And there is lot, I mean, the resistance is broken. Okay, once that is broken, your body comes into balance and you can pursue whatever you want. Okay, by resistance, what you are doing, you are neither good at that or not good at your own passion. So things will come to you the moment you start accepting whatever is coming into your life. Similarly, psycho emotional life. So don't hang on to unserving belief systems, okay, or thought processes, especially if they are harming you. There is no pointing in holding on to grudge, resentment, jealousy, hate. All these things are going to disturb your own emotional health. And when your emotions are disturbed, obviously your metabolism is disturbed, and there is no way we can lose weight. And similarly, when it comes to spiritual life, be open minded. Your relationship with your God should be your personal thing. I have a friend and who is extremely rightist in a way that he is so devoted to his religion to the point that he hates other religions and he don't want any other religions to be there in the country. And he is obese, and whenever we talk, when he asks me to help me lose weight, I tell him that unless and otherwise you change your mindset, right? So it is very difficult to lose weight. You are fully insecure, okay, and you have strong belief systems and you are stubborn, and so is your fat. Are they connected? Everything is connected, because body works as a whole. It doesn't work, I mean, fat is different from your thought process. No, it is not. Everything is connected. That is the holistic way. So in all 7 areas of life, whatever is happening to our life, if we accept that, right? So that is how we can help lose weight. So there is the saying, when life gives you lemons, make a lemonade. That's what our exercise number 17 is. So whatever life gives you, And whatever situations you are in, don't react, stop reacting and start responding. This is the exercise number 17 for day 17, and I see you all on day number 18.